Hello and welcome to Guy Talk with Guy Shashaty. This is our first episode and we are excited and want to thank you for joining us today. So, what's this guy all about and why is he doing a podcast? Well, I've been thinking about this for a long time and made a decision that with everything going on in the world right now, there's no better time than now to go ahead and get started with our podcast. I want to give you a little background so you have some perspective on who I am and what I'm all about. I grew up in Miami in a small 3-bedroom house with 6 brothers and sisters and my parents. I grew up loving sports and hating school, and I had the grades to prove it. And then my life kind of changed dramatically when in high school I was invited to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes camp in Black Mountain, North Carolina. While I was there, I gave my life to Christ and became a Christian. Now, I know 80% of people in the world say that they're Christians, so let me be very clear what I mean when I say Christian. When I say Christian, I mean, number one, I'm born again. When I say Christian, I mean I believe what the Bible says in John 14:6 when Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. So right now, I'm sure I've already offended some of you, but don't worry about that. I will do it again just because of who I am and the way that I tend to challenge people. More on that in future podcasts. After high school, I was fortunate enough to play college football at Liberty University. I returned to Miami 4 years later and began my teaching and coaching career in Miami-Dade County school system. After 8 years, I was feeling a little uneasy about what I was doing, and I was conflicted about which direction to go. I had been introduced into financial services a couple of years earlier, and I made a decision to leave coaching and teaching, which, if you knew me, was very odd, especially to go into financial services. I was the guy that went to school every day with a T-shirt, shorts, whistle around my neck, and a hat, and I taught PE. For those of you who are a little younger and didn't have to take that course, that's physical education. So for the last 30 years, my wife and I have been building a financial services firm. Today, by any measure, it's considered to be extremely successful. We have 118 offices right now and over 8,000 licensed financial representatives in our business. I've been married to my wife, Kathy, for over 30 years, and we currently have 3 sons we're very, very proud of and 2 grandchildren we're even more proud of. In this podcast we call Guy Talk, I will be discussing many topics. Many of them are supposed to be off limits, but we're going to tackle everything. Nothing's off limits. I have zero worry or fear to tell you what I think about and how I feel about anything. There'll be days you're going to tune in and you're going to feel like you've come out of a church service, and other days you're going to hear a short political rant perhaps, but some days we'll just discuss sports. Literally, I'll be all over the page on what we're talking about. There'll be other days where I'm going to talk to you about financial concepts and teach you what I've learned over 30 plus years on how to win the money game and give you great tips on that. Sometimes we're even going to get into discussing marriage and relationships and how to be successful there. We're definitely going to spend time on how to win in life and in business and the principles it takes to be successful. Sometimes we'll just discuss leadership and how to be a better leader. Other times, I'm going to talk about how great I believe the United States of America is and why it's the greatest country on earth. To some of you, this will be very encouraging. To others, you might even get angered. That's okay. I'm sure I've angered some of you already, and that's fine. Sometimes you'll feel inspired, but hopefully always giving you something to think about. Again, nothing will be off limits. If it's trending out there and it's something that's important to us, we're going to talk about it. If I feel led, we're going to do it. One of my greatest and biggest passions that I'll be talking a lot about is the state of men in our country, because I feel very, very passionate about that and very strong about the fact that if men don't get it together and turn it around, we're going to be in trouble big time in a very short amount of time. Men as a whole, they're not really engaged in their life. They're not living their life with purpose. They're definitely not on mission. Many of them are confused about who they were created to be and what their role is in society. We found that many men tend to be depressed, apathetic. They're void of joy, peace. They spend most of their time in isolation, which is terrible for their future. Most of the time pretending that everything is okay. I'm going to talk a lot more about that in future episodes. If you don't think it's true, just ask their moms. You could ask their wives. They'll let you know all of that about men is true. Another major problem that we're going to discuss is fatherlessness and the impact that it has on our society. We're going to spend a lot of time on that because those two things, men getting it together and fatherlessness, is the answer to most of our problems in this country. Quick word to men. Guys, listen carefully. We are committed to helping you get the answers you're looking for on what to do to win successfully in your life. We're going to help you and provide you with tools to figure it out and start living victoriously. Living a life of meaning, passion, and mission. This is going to be fun and exciting at the same time. Some days we're going to have a panel. We might sit up here for 2 or 3 hours talking about a particular topic. And then other days, you might get a 2 or 3 minute video with some kind of rant of some type. And yes, we do want your comments, all of them. And occasionally we're going to do episodes answering and discussing some of your comments and answering a lot of your questions. So again, it's going to be all over the place. But if you do make comments, we need to ask you to keep it clean. Profanity, all of the profanity will be deleted, and any inappropriate discussions will be deleted as well. Well, we want you to hit that subscribe button and the bell so we can notify you about when our next episode is going to be and when it comes out, and we're trying to gain some momentum for the channel. Until then, God bless you and your families. We'll see you next time.